Righty, hello everyone, and welcome back to League of Europe. It is Season 5 with the 18 drivers of Division 5. We are here at the Bahrain International Circuit in the small Gulf country of Bahrain, and the beautiful lights that shine down on this circuit to give this beautiful night race that we will have for you tonight. I am Mo Maverick, and I'll take you through tonight's proceedings, and alongside me is the ever loving and ever special Excel. How are you doing tonight?
I'm not in the best of moods, I will be totally honest, but I'm sure D5 will cheer me up, and obviously it'd be nice. It's nice having you back as a commentator this week as well.
I was gonna say, after the issues you guys had last week, you're probably happy to have me back. It always seems like
definitely.
It always seems like every time I have to leave and not do it, and I have to give the comms role to someone else, it always goes wrong.
I think Russia was fine. I don't really know, to be honest, but yeah, I still haven't found out what the issue was from last week that happened, if I'm totally which kind of says it all, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah. I will quickly mention that both, Ben and Riley have quali bans for today's race, so it won't be unusual when we don't see a lap time from them.
Yeah, I think the outlap to make sure the setup gets put on is allowed, and then they'll have to come straight into the pits and hit retire from the session.
Yeah, you don't want to be just loading your setup and retiring, because I'm pretty sure they will not have a setup for the race, which won't be fun at all from experience. Did it happen around Monaco? I don't think a worse track.
Oh, you had to run 6-6 around Monaco?
Yeah. Real fun.
You might as well just drive the MP44 at that point.
Yeah, I had a good quality position as well. That was the worst part. But yeah, I think, look, Mike is currently on medium tyres and he's just started his lap. Trying to see who else. Passe also on a lap. So two people who are known to have good pace in this division on laps. Let's see how they do. Passe on softer toe, so I think he should be quicker. It'll just be interesting to see what everyone does, especially compared to this week.
Yeah, so far, Ryan is the first one that will be done coming through the final two corners. The little kink after this part is considered a corner. And we'll see what the Haas driver can do. It is a 27.4. It's a pretty good lap time from him. But I don't believe... I think LFC will be next. Across the line. And he'll go up to provisional pole 26.3. And Ariel Passe will go quicker. Now the lone Mercedes of Connor. Wait, no. I got that wrong. Didn't take long.
As Mike does a 27.9 on the mediums. So, I think even though the mediums is the tyre you do want to be starting on, as I just saw a racing point go flying into the gravel in the background of Flip, done a Mazepin from real life. So, but yeah, mediums you don't want, unless you can do a majorly good lap on them. You want to start on the sauce really still. As I think Mike is actually going for another lap, I think, if I'm right in saying, and Swip behind him is not, no. as Mike invalidates anyway and goes into the pits. Trying to... Who's on a lap? Connor is on a lap by the looks of it on the medium tyres. McDutch face coming through the final corner. He looks like he's on a lap as well. What can he go? Up to the line. He goes P2. Very close to pass A.
Pretty good lap from McDutchface. We're just going to bring up the championship standings and see where everybody is at. Oh, I brought up D4 again. What am I doing? So the Williams and Slayer still holds on to P1 in the standings at 173 points. McDutchface, who just went second, is now at 160, so only 13 separate those two. And then Ariel Passe is in third place, 138. MCR at 123, and then Jasper is the last guy with triple digits at 103. And then everybody else behind, Clouded Cloud, Mike, ST5, Kevin, Swip, Flip, Sven, Connor, Ben Scott, Deja Vu, all from, I think, 6th to 15th. So I think now we can probably say that the front two, or at least maybe the front three, for this title fight is now going to be between Slayer, McDutchface, and Passe.
Yeah, it's still closely run, I think, definitely, with the way McDutchface has put some performances from the back of the field. You can't rule him out. And who was it third against Passe? Was it Passe in third? But yeah, well, Slayer has had the tendency to bottle races this season, so it would just make it more interesting. I think we need a last race title battle, I think. There's still quite a lot of people going for these medium tyres. Cloudy Cloud has put himself in a very good position actually on those mediums in P4, because it helps you do the medium tyre strategy much easier. Actually, wait, never mind, his best lap time's on a soft. But ST5, Swip, Mike, I mean, it's not the best position to be. P7 on the grid to P10, because you're right in the middle of the chaos. But it definitely helps him for the longevity of the race, I think. As LFC has put himself in P3, I don't know if that was recent or not, but I may have missed that actually. It seems to be on another lap now, but looking like he's got very good pace around Bahrain.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, D5 usually throws up some pretty exciting races. I don't know. I think it's going to be pretty tough for D5 to beat D4 today, though. I mean, if you want to watch some chaotic last laps and possibly some license points be given out, go watch the last 5 laps of Division 4. So, stewards are definitely going to be busy with that division.
They seem to be every week with some division, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Ooh! Okay. I was scared there, but MCR spun it out of turn 13. And
not good at all.
Yeah, it looked like on like a first glance that his wheel was off, but it actually wasn't. So that's good for him that he can get back to the pits and go on another lap. 7.5 minutes remaining.
Mark has just put himself in P3. First week without a Killer Instinct curse.
Oh yeah, forgot about
As
that.
Slayer then goes and beats him and puts himself in P3. However, Passe and McDutchface's banker times are still quicker than Slayer and Mike's, so that'll be one to keep an. It seems very close at the top at the minute, which is good for the race, I suppose.
Yeah, half a second separate the top 5. McDutchface's time is only 100th off of Passe's, and Passe will be the next one to cross the line.
I think he's currently up on his time, and yeah, another attempt to his time. Going along very nicely.
Yeah, a 10th is, it's an improvement, but it's not so great because now it's definitely beatable.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? He could think he's got more lap time in himself. So I think for now that looks like a solid at least P2, as McDutchface does not improve on his lap time. So maybe that 25.7 from Passe is stronger than we think.
I don't think I even got into the 25s, so I think I only said like a 26-1 or something.
I did a 25.5 if I remember correctly, so he's only 2 tenths off me as well. Not worrying at all. As Jasper puts himself in P7 with a 26.5. It's slowly all bunching up, I think, as we come into this final 5 minutes.
I think McDutchface is going again. He said purple sector 1, but we know how those are never accurate. And his ERS is still on hot lap mode. He goes purple sector 2. I don't know how true that is. It's 800s.
He is up on his lap time. So, I mean, those tyres are not going to be nice to drive on by lap 8 or lap 9 if he is doing the one stop. But if he gets in pole, it may be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
It does get into the 6s. Just.
300's quicker than Ariel Passe is McDutchface.
As SD5's put himself nicely there in P4. I do have to say this is one of the closest I've seen the top 7 or 8 in D5 the last few races, that's for sure. We've still got people like MCR not to do a lap as well.
Yeah, there's 5 guys without a lap. They're definitely on the crunch time mode right now.
Yeah.
Now they only have one lap.
Yeah, and if you weren't nervous before the qualifying, you will be if you've invalidated the first 2. That's for sure. Which is why it's so important for drivers like Passe and McDutchface, even though they're not improving much on their lap times, they got a really solid banker in to show, well, it keeps them up the top end of the field. As I think ST5 and Cloudy will be the first 2 to do their laps as well, which is very interesting. How's he go? Into the pits, never mind.
I don't really know. Oh, and the crew wasn't ready. Oh, they weren't ready because Jasper was coming out.
That could have ruined any chance of his in getting back out in time. Let's see what Slayer can do. He's 1/10 down in his own lap time going into the first sector. As the likes of SD5 and Mike are now only just coming out, so Slayer's really got to set the benchmark here with his lap time.
Slayer using all of the road there through turn 11. And through 12 and 13. Sector splits. 5,000 up on his time.
So I don't think it's going to be the challenging the likes of Pato and McDutch face, but I think it's going to be a certain improvement, that's for sure, for Slayer. Doesn't even improve. It's not what you want. His MCRs only just came out now. On the mediums, he's not going to have enough time to finish. Surely.
No, I don't think he's going to make it.
He's got 40 seconds left and he's only just getting onto the second DRS straight. It's going to be very close, that's for sure.
I think Swift there was the first one to be the last, or to be, he was the first one to be the first one done on lap times. I guess that's how you would say it. I don't know.
First one done on their last lap.
Yeah, there we go.
Something like that.
He goes up to P7, and yeah, MCR. He doesn't make it.
He's not. No. So Emperor, Riley, Ben, MCR and Dave all failed to complete a lap time today.
Yeah, I mean, only 2 of those actually had quali bans, so that's 3 guys that could have qualified and just couldn't get a lap time in.
As Jasper comes across the line now to go P4 for 26.1. That's a very nice lap time from the Renault.
Very good lap for Jasper indeed. As SD5 is 2/10 up in the second sector. It went purple, I guess. Now through the final 2 corners comes the Alfa Romeo. I believe that's Slip getting out of the way of another Renault.
Passo's 2/10 up going into the last sector as well.
SD5 jumps up.
Goes.
Yeah, P3.
Oh, LFC with a 25 aim. McDutch face goes fastest. What can Passo do? That's faster than me. I've been out qualified by a D5 driver.
Oh!
Right.
Tin cans
That's
in the
an
bin.
astonishing lap. I'm going to have to hang up my boots here. That's an astonishing lap time from the Red Bull driver.
Yeah.
This new team he's in, Relentless, must give him some confidence, because that is definitely D3 pace, that lap time, which just shows how competitive all the divisions are now.
I think the 2/10 that he found to get on pole position was because of his REL and his gamer tag. So
I think it's when you put esports names in your gamer tag, it's easy 5/10.
Oh yeah, easy. So Ariel Passe takes pole position for Red Bull Racing, with McDutchface and LFC in P2 and P3, Misty 5 into P4. So that's your first 2 rows on the grid. Iverman Mike is in P5, then Slayer, Jasper, Swip, Flip, Cloudy Cloud, P6 to P10. They will start on the soft compounded tires, and those ones specifically. Then Ryan, Connor, Ibo, Emperor, Riley, Ben Scott, MCR, and Dave will have free tire choice. And 5 drivers not setting times, but 2 of them had quali bans. So 3 of
I
them
think,
just couldn't get a lap in.
yeah, all that does really is help out the other drivers because they now know either they can't keep invalidating, or I don't really know. They must have got 3 invalidations because it's highly unlikely you don't set a lap in 3. But just gives the other drivers a bit of confidence, I think.
And what's surprising to me, though, is that we know MCR is quick. We know Riley can be in the top 10. We know Ben Scott can be up there, and even Dave from previous
Yeah.
seasons. So that's 5 really quick guys that are now at the back of the grid.
Just gonna make everyone closer, isn't it? The middle lot are gonna get squeezed in a bit. I think it's gonna be a dry race by the looks of it. Hopefully no rain.
Oh, there it is. It had to be said.
Yeah.
This is too easy.
There's always a chance. There's always a chance, isn't there? So a lot of people, Ibo, Emperor, Riley, MCR and Dave have all gone with hards, the rest are medium, so no driver deciding to think carry on with the softs even though they're outside the top 10.
I should be surprised that I shouldn't be surprised that anybody outside the top 10's not on the softs, but I mean,
You never know.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even if you're more comfortable with the soft tyres than the medium, you'd still, especially around tracks like Bahrain, you'd still go for the medium tyres because they're just that much quicker in the long run.
Yeah, I nearly went, I think, 13 or 14 laps on the mediums today. So,
Yeah, it just makes the whole race easier, doesn't it?
yeah, and that's half the race distance there. And I ended up taking the hards to lap like 23 when the safety car came out, so I mean they definitely could have gone to the end, but it's better to pit for softs for the last 3 laps than staying on hards.
They should make a new tyre rule where you don't have to pit for different tyres. Medium would be overpowered around here.
Yeah. I would like to see that be tested at like a certain race this year. Like you don't have to use a different compound.
It would make it, I think, more interesting because yes, you can go hards, but would you want to?
Yeah. Because I feel like it'd just be something like Schumacher did. You know, he force stopped it. I think France that one year.
Yeah.
And still won the race.
It would. It'd have to be a certain track, wouldn't it? I think to do it on. They should allow it in F1 games, I say. But as everyone is now on the grid, I think Ibo's just getting to his grid slot.
I don't know about you, but Passay's car's wiggling up there at the front.
It is, yeah. It is actually. It's bouncing around.
It's excited.
It's got some springs in.
Yep, so here we go, 5 lights. Long hold, but it's lights out. We're racing here in Bahrain, and McDutchface seems to have got a really good start. And he's already alongside Passay. And he's ahead for the braking zone. So McDutchface a really good start there. SD5 trying to go up the side of Passay, but there's LFC barging his way through turn 2, and he knocked Passay off.
He's hit.
Oh, what a save though by Passay, but there goes Mike.
Passay's now out wide.
Oh.
Passay's wide. I don't know what. This is not going to end well. Free down there, which it doesn't for Passay, and he's had, I think, and he's been taken out as well.
Oh man.
I think that is one of the worst and most unfortunate starts from the lead I have ever seen in a league race. Because now he is in P80. He's got a lot of work to do to get or points today, let alone, because those softs are going to be absolutely on fire around here.
I think, obviously, it's really unfortunate that he's fallen all the way back to 18th place, but he's got no wing damage. How?
That's important. I don't know how he has done it. Oh, and there is
Riley.
a spinning Ferrari. He has not had the greatest start either. He's still in the race though, he's on hards, and this could still easily be a safety car, so... As McDutchface has already got a 1.4 second lead over LFC, which is huge around this track, as I think Haas just really like this track from the looks of it. D3 they got a 1-2. Storming away with it here. Maybe there's some secret code we don't know about. As Ryan is in the pits for a new front wing. I'm still trying to figure out what actually went on, because there's so much stuff going on through the middle of the field. I think everything's settled down a bit now. So yeah, MCR looking very nicely actually in P11 on those hard tyres. If he can keep up with the lead pack, he'll have a much nicer chance at the end of the race. It's all about patience for him on his strategy.
Yeah, I think as long as he doesn't lose the DRS, which will be enabled on this up-and-coming lap, that should be a very good position for him to be in. Especially since the gap behind him is already 3 seconds, so that is huge for him.
As Passo is closing in, he's already back into P12, which is good for his race at least, as he's now back with the soft runner slightly.
And up at the front, Slayer made a move on LFC, see if he's got any sort of return into turn 4, but doesn't have it. Thought SD5 is a bit closer than LFC there.
Ben Scott is round. The two drivers with quali bands have not had the greatest start today. Touchface has already got a 3 second lead, and that's massive. Oh,
Flips around. Oh, and he's...
swear. As the two Renaults get two easy positions on Swift there, as he makes a mistake going onto the DRS straight, which gives Connor and MCR also a little help to stay in the DRS train.
Yeah, the two Renaults got really close.
As Mike's overtaken SD5 as well. It's a good move for him, as he now can chase after LFC and the podium position for the Ferrari driver.
He was just barely out of DRS that lap, for that time through the detection point, I should say. He's already got a 30 ERS. LFC is at 52, Slayer's at 27 and using it, and McDutchface out ahead is almost at 60. So McDutchface pulling 3.1 seconds in 4 laps and hardly using any ERS.
He's got some serious pace.
Yeah. This man's been practicing, you can tell.
He's in the league race with me on Monday, so I think he'll want me to mention they did overtake me at Italy. I was on different tyres in the rain, but he did manage to overtake me. So, as Flipper's left the session, I don't know if I think that's a disconnect. Yeah, looks that way anyway. As the two Renaults are working well, very nicely. I did see Cloudy Cloud try and make a move on Swift, and he's now done that and pulled an 8/10 gap within a lap, so the two Renaults working very nicely together to work their way through the field. As Mike's now all over the back of LFC. He'll want to get it done straight away, which he is doing. He's using all his ERS, so he's got to make sure he gets the move done. And he does very comfortably indeed into the first corner. Nice stuff. And into the podium positions. LFC's going to come back. Is LFC going to come back here though? Yes, he is. He's going to take the inside line. Can he make it stick? Nice view from ST5 as Mike manages to keep it round the outside and hold on to that third position.
That was really good.
Good battling from there too. Yeah, good battling from both. Mike go from LFC now because of the. He's going to struggle defensively to keep him back. As ST5 on 70% is also looking very attacking at the minute.
Flips left the session again.
It's not what you want to see really, is it?
MCR close to the back of Connor here through the final corner. No moves being done. Love to see it. And
Passa as well as they
Swiffer
must be going for the two-stop.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting to see how quickly they can work themselves through the field. As Passe has nearly caught onto the back of Connor and MCR, which is good for him because then they're not far off the rest of the field either, so. Yeah, this is going to be interesting now, the top three. Can they close in on each other? What pace do they all have on these soft tyres still?
Yeah, Mike's slightly pulled away from LFC here. It's about 7/10.
He's doing just about enough to keep him, even though LFC with DRS he just hasn't got enough at the minute. Unfortunately.
Slayer has caught up to McDutchface. I keep losing intervals. Oh my.
Yeah, I'm getting that too. I don't know why exactly. Another glitch with the F1 game, which I'm no doubt EA will fix.
Just slow clap. That's all you gotta do. Great job. Pit window is open for the two-stop.
Yeah, I think if you're good on your tyres, you can make the hards go to the end from here. This lap now, as MCR is looking for a move on Connor, as those hards will now starting to feel quite fresh compared to everyone around him. And he's showing that right here. He's got the inside line. Connor does squeeze him slightly, but MCR gets the move done either way and up into P7. He's on for a very good race if he keeps it up, I do have to say.
And a bit of wheel spin on the third point. I thought Connor, I maybe thought he could try to get it into the chicane area there. As Ryan will pick up the penalty.
And Sam S24.
As well.
And Ben Scott. The floodgates have opened for penalties then.
Yep. MCR really wide through turn 11.
I think a positive for MCR is he's got a lot of more ERS compared to Connor. He's already in that zone where you can see the red flashing lights at the back of his car, which also revealed to Passe, hi, I've got no ERS left. Jasper now on the back of LFC. Is he going to be willing to make a move here? Just a bit too far away for the short. Oh, and he's
No.
dived it. Never mind.
Oh, wow.
That was a late dive.
Oh,
That
Cloudy
caught
Cloud.
even me off guard.
Try to go off the inside into turn 8.
We've seen it before, these Renaults working together to get moves done for the both of them. But all it's done is helped MCR get into the DRS of these three. As those hards now are going to be, well, just as fast as these dying softs. So Jasper and Cloudy really want to get the move done now to keep ahead of the MCR, Connor and Passe, who are all behind, lurking. As I think Ibo is round. Yeah, Ibo is unfortunately round. And Jasper's already got the move done and is into the pits.
Ooh, side by side.
LFC's overtook him in the pits. That's got to be one of the most bizarre moves I've... Didn't realise it could be done around Bahrain. But he has done it.
I mean, would we classify that as an overtake? Like, on a scoring sheet or something?
I don't really know, as MCR's got the move done on Cloudy Cloud. Now up into P4. He is a man on the mission today. As the gap between Slayer and McDutchface is now just over a second. He's been really just behind the scenes working away at that gap a couple of times. Now we get into the pit stop stage. He's going to nearly get his opportunity.
Oh, it's just going to dip under a second here. Oh, no. No,
Mike is around.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
So even without the Killer Instincts curse,
It's
still
just
happens.
a general curse now.
Yeah. Back up at the front, 2 leaders, McDutchface and Slayer will pull into the pits.
And MCR takes the net, well, not net lead, the actual lead of the race. With Connor in second, where will McDutchface come out? Dave has managed to jump in. Well, not jump in, he's on the alternate strategy, but ST5 on those mediums has got in between them. And he's going to be right on the back of McDutchface here. Can he get a good exit? No, he can't, unfortunately. So he'll have to stick behind McDutchface, but that's very important for ST5's race.
You gotta think with his mediums already being warmed up that now is the time to make the move.
Yeah, he just doesn't have to be stupid about it. He's going to get a DRS chance in the next lap. So as long as he's within, what, 3 temps, 5 temps, he should be able to get the move done with DRS. As he does need to get the move done quickly, as he is on the 2-star, which could easily work around here, but we'll have to see for the last 5-10 laps for all that to come into effect, I think, also. As now he will get this opportunity, he's going to use all of his ERS. It just isn't close enough at the minute. He's now realised that he's not close enough and he's used even more of his ERS. He has forced McDutchface wide, so if he can get a good exit here, will he be able to make a move? No again. This is not good from ST5's race. As now Mike, look after that spin he had, he's now behind Passe, who's also on medium tyres, so I think he's also going for the 2-stop. I don't think he's going to go for the 1-stop on soft to medium, is he?
I really don't think it can work, if I'm being completely honest.
I know they can go about 17 laps, but not 20.
He's probably betting on the safety car.
Yeah.
The amount of spins we've had so far, it wouldn't surprise me if one does pop out.
As the problem for Passe here is LFC stuck behind Swift, so as long as they have DRS on each other, it's going to make it extremely difficult for them to make any sort of overtake. As LFC is now going for the move.
Bit of a touch. Passe tries to squeeze through, but cuts the corner. And the safety car, there it is.
And ST5 is through on the Dutch base. This MCR is in a really good position here. I think. And Connor. And Dave as well. The top three. As the mediums, I'm pretty sure from what I've heard, can go to the end from here now. So what will everybody do? This has kind of saved Mike's race as well, I think.
I don't really see him pitting on this, so...
As MCR and Connor both expectedly into the pits.
I think if Dave's going to pit here, he's going to have to hold back a little bit.
Slow down. He has got a 12-second gap, so... As ST5 is also in the pits, which I can understand as well, actually.
So the McLaren guys were somewhat ready for Dave. ST5 still comes out ahead of him.
As Mike is in the pits as well. Now that's an interesting call with Riley just behind him. That's going to feel like a forever for the Ferrari driver of Riley.
Those are definitely some faster double stops than some I've seen, so... At least it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse for them, as obviously they are under safety car, so they're not going to lose insane amount of time. MCR has put himself in a real good position here.
I think especially if those mediums can go to the end.
Yeah.
That is...
Passe as well. Passe is going to be a bit more of a stretch though, I think. But I think we have a race on our hands here, for sure. As there's medium runners scattered throughout the field everywhere. As ST5 actually has gone for hards instead of mediums again. That is interesting.
I wonder if he thinks that they can't make it better.
Or if feels more comfortable on the hards. Yeah.
Or maybe
I think
he
we're
likes
definitely
softer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, actually, yeah. That could easily be the case.
I'm
As
actually
Flip
going to
is
use the safety car to go to the bathroom, so we will be right back. Ripple's going right through
Flip.
me.
Flip, obviously with the disconnects he's had, he's got a chance now to get back into the race. Quick look at penalties. Has anyone got any wins? Dutch Face, no. Slayer's got one. MCR, one as well. Connor, no. NFC, one. So yeah, obviously with this track not being the hardest to get warnings at for penalties, we shouldn't see massive amounts of penalties. As Riley is currently the only one with 6 seconds worth of pens. Right, everyone else's car pen is only on 3. So I think the safety car should be in this lap, as long as Flip is able to catch up, which it's not. He's only about half a sector behind, so should be good for the Racing Point driver. And McDutchface, who has led not every lap, barring the safety car incident. He has led pretty much every lap so far. With with the start he had, he's done incredibly so far to get himself back into P6, and he's going to be on a charge. Both Red Bulls are. So hopefully there's no damage or incidents going into turn 1 with them being on a charge. But we do expect battles. Just no damage, hopefully, as the safety car is in this lap. And McDutchface now will take control, become his own safety car. When will he go? He goes very late indeed. He's caught Slayer off slightly, and MCR is right on the back of him. He'll be wanting to make the move done straight away. What will he be able to do now going into turn 1? Can he make the move? Stick? Or does he think better of it? He thinks better of it, and Connor kind of pushed to the side there as MCR goes back onto the racing line. As what has happened at the back here? They're 4 wide. Ibo letting everyone through. Flip managed to do 2 overtakes, so luckily everyone's kept it clean, however. As we get back on the racing here at that's the short set version at Bahrain. And again, McDutchface. And Ibo. I do have to say, McDutchface again has almost got that 1 second gap to Slayer. He must have heated up his tyres much better. As now MCR will again be looking for that long straight to get a move done on Slayer, as his tyres will die out towards the end of this race, so it's important for him to get the gap that he needs now. Same with Passe. At the minute he's just not close enough, unfortunately, for the Red Bull driver, as they all go back into turn 1 very nicely. As ST5 and Dave are side by side. Oh, ST5 does nicely there to save it, but unfortunately cannot overtake the McLaren driver, as Mike has overtaken Ryan as well.
Definitely having 2 really good recovery drives from both Mike and Passe. Obviously one spinning on his own and the other one probably tangled up in an incident.
We still don't know what Bombard did from the start. As there's another, it's just Evo not having the best race on 15 lap hole. I'm surprised he hasn't actually pit actually.
Ooh, SD5's around.
In the exact same place that Mike had spun as well, so seeming to catching a few people out here today. That corner.
Might just be the Ferrari engines.
Yeah, goody. So, McDush face, you need to watch out. As Passe has got the move done on LFC and he's moved himself into P5. As SD5 also picked up a time penalty. He's not had the greatest lap, that's for sure. As Slayer, crucially for himself, is within the RS of the Trace, which will help him, help in his defence against the Red Bull. As there is a red, as Riley's around. Thought it's Mike again for a second then. Ferrari's not having the best day around here, that's for sure.
I don't really know how much more Slayer can catch up to McDush race. He's basically at 0 ERS. And he's really using it. And McDush race is sitting cute. A nice 40%, so.
Yeah, very comfortable.
MCR is actually at 60.
Yeah. I think he needs to get a move on. As he's going to have the tyre advantage over these two at the minute. With Slayer now not in DRS, he's got to get the move done in the next lap or two, I think. As LFC and Jasper go in side by side into the end of the start of sector 2.
It looked like Jasper went for the move and then just went way too deep, and LSC had basically the whole track to get the position back, so.
Yeah. This fight is causing one hell of a train, I do have to say. All within about 4 tenths of each other. There's Mike at the back of this train. I don't think he wants to be at the back of the train. I think he wants to get moved some, but because of them all having the RS, it's gonna find it extremely difficult. As Passe now is going to be looking for the move on Connor. Connor with little ERS should make it a very simple move for Passe indeed, which it does. And promote himself back into P4. Jasper has re-overtaken LFC by the looks of it. As Dave and Swift are having a battle and Mike has spun it behind him.
He's got wing damage too.
Oh no.
Oh man. What's worse is I had like an onboard shot.
Yeah, I was on board with Dave. Yeah, I was on board with Dave and I saw it happen behind him. He's just having the worst of worst seasons, I think. As we see every qualifying session, he has the pace to be up there. As Slayer is 4 attempts behind the Trace now, who's also dragging MCR with him. This is going to be very interesting the next few laps.
Yeah, Slayer saved up some ERS here from last time I checked. He's got the speed.
I don't think it's
Dutch
going to make
fix
a
to the
difference.
inside.
Going to be side by side going into the first corner. Face does defend very nicely and manages to keep it very well.
Slayer didn't seem to have the speed out of turn 2. Or I should say just out of turn 1 there. Trying to get the
I
switch
thought he'd
back.
got more of an exit as well. This fighting is helping Passe, however. We did just set the fastest lap of the race. Helping him and Connor slightly, all jumble back together into this lead train. With a secondary train being Jasper at the front of it.
As LFC picks up a time penalty, and that
Could be crucial.
Yeah, that at the moment will drop him down to, I think, P10.
Ouch. As Slayer, 3 attempts again, he's got to get the move done this time, you think, with DRS. Again, with Dutch Face managing to defend the inside line. Slayer's a lot more alongside this time, however, and Guy knows in there and he gets the move done. Will he be able to keep this position though? That's the challenge for Slayer. As Flip. Sorry.
Yeah, Slayer went really wide in turn 8. Really shocked that he kept the position. MCR's kind of caught up, so is Passe.
Yeah, I was going to say Passe's now almost within the RS of these 4. This is looking like a good ending, I do have to say. Because if Slayer and McDutchface keep battling like they have, it's just going to create opportunities for these 2 Red Bull drivers who took every opportunity that they've had so far. Working their way back through the field.
I think, for me, if Passe can show me this pace on lap 25 that he's got now,
yeah,
I think he's got a good shot.
As McDutchface, a lot cleaner past. He's gone way too deep.
Oh!
And Slayer's giving him the squeeze there. MTR's got the perfect view for this fight as McDutchface goes round the outside. Does it much better than Verstappen ever did. And gets back into P1.
Yeah, I think turn 4 is like the only corner that you can really run wide at and not lose a lot of time.
Yeah, it's all the curves, isn't it, around the track that... Turn 4 is such an open apex as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
So now that Passe's in DRS, is there going to be a little multi-21 here? Or is MCR going to let him through?
Yeah. It is interesting because MCR's got 4 lap pressure mediums, but he hasn't really been able to take the challenge to the front 2. Whereas I think Passe does have the actual pace to challenge them. And he's come back through the field once already.
Yeah, it's another one of these things where it's natural driver pace versus tire advantage, and when it's one or the other, you just can't
I think Passe's going to go for it either way.
Oh.
He does. And I think MCR also lets him through slightly.
Oh. Christian Horner must be sweating through his shirt right now, watching that.
Again, he's getting flashbacks. Swift and Dave are side by side. Dave gets the move done and into P9. Hasn't the Tracer got a pen?
Oh no!
I did not expect that. That is very big for the race.
I was gonna say that's gonna drop him off the podium, but that's even gonna put him down to P5 as Connor is within that 3 seconds.
No, he's a bit further back. He's 2.5 off MCR, I think.
Oh yeah, I have the intervals up. Hold on. Yeah, 4.1 off the leader, so there we go.
Will Connor be able to see that McTracer's got a pen though? If he can, I'll be pushing like mad, especially with the way these four have been battling.
Yeah, I think Connor should be able to see MCR and Passe on his timing table. So unless he's listening to us, he probably won't know that McDutch Race has a penalty.
Well, the gap has gone down 4 times since we've said this, so who knows. As Slayer, I think he wants the race win all for himself. McDutch Race is going to give him a squeeze again. Beautiful defending driving from the Haas driver.
A bit of a wiggle from McDutch Race through turn 2 and 3. And I think for any other scenario, if there's any other driver in 3rd place right now, Slayer would just, I would say, stick by McDutch Race, but he's got the fastest guy in Division 5 right on his tail.
Pardon me. But yeah, it's the one person you don't want behind, especially after the start. Slayer's going to know what happened to him. He's been on charge this entire race. Slayer's going to want to get past anyway. Especially with the gap he doesn't have to pass down. Because if he had a 1 or 2 second gap to him at the minute. As Mike's won again. Oh dear. It's been another race to forget for the Ferrari driver. As Passe here is closer to Slayer than Slayer to
Passe is 60 ERS. He's got to use some of it. He's not really
I think he's saving it up for a move on Slayer. Now he knows. He's waiting for the opportunity to present itself, I think. Because he knows now he doesn't actually have to overtake McDutch Race. As long as he can get Slayer, he's got the win. Problem is, Slayer looks a lot closer to overtaking McDutch Race than Passe does to overtaking Slayer. Saying that, he's got a very good exit here. He's just not using it. His ERS, he needs to use some of it.
So for the few people that are watching this right now, Helly Mark has put something in the chat. I don't want to say it, but read it, because these tires, they're right at their mark, so on Passe.
Oh.
So
that is interesting.
Yeah, I think we kind of forgot about that for a little bit, but there goes Slayer.
You've seen this McDutch Race again. He's defended brilliantly today. He's put his car in the right place every time. Have you seen what Mark has said under the first statement?
Yeah, I did see that too. That'd be...
Yeah, that's... It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
I think it needs some sort of contact with the front two for that to happen at the minute, unfortunately.
Slayer only has one warning, so I'll put that out there. A pretty clean drive from him.
I'll check. MCR is also on 1. And so is Passe. So, pretty even between the top 4. Passe is starting to fall away a bit, like you said, around this time. Surely Red Bull have got to think about giving MCR his opportunity again now. As I say, that he's now 4 attempts back.
Yeah, I do have to say, if I was a team owner right now for this Red Bull squad, I think MCR had his chance, and that was before Passe caught up. So, and MCR is falling off right about now, so I think his chance is probably gone.
Yeah,
to get ahead.
It's looking less likely at the minute. As P6, P7, P8, P9 and P10 have all been battered away massively whilst we've been stuck on the front train. They're all still within about 5 tenths of each other. Jasper somehow, even though he started at the front of the train, is now at the back. I don't know how that's happened. You could throw a blanket over the front three. Look how close they are at the minute.
I think we did get one camera shot down the penultimate straight. We could see first and fifth all in one camera shot. Ooh, someone's around. Is that Ibo? It is Ibo getting out of the way.
Yes. This is Passe's opportunity, I think. He's, what, free? As I say that, he could get both of them. As he just gets a bad exit, Slayer's got to go for the move here. He's looking like he does, he just doesn't have the ERS to actually make the move. As again with the trace, goes defensive, places the car very nicely, even though he didn't have to this time. As MCR's kind of fallen off the last few laps. Though the fact Passe's managing to keep up on 4 lap older tyres, I do not know how he's doing it actually.
I've had a few instances where I've been on a harder tire. The guy behind me is on a softer tire, and we pit at the same lap. And just for some reason, he's got more pace than me at the end.
Yeah. There must be something in the... Oh, as he makes a bit of a half spin there.
Oh.
There must be something within the coding. Because you do see it in real life as well. Sometimes the tyres come back to you.
Yeah, obviously the PS4 graphics not the greatest, or at least I don't know how they are for the stream. But I can start to see some discoloration between the inside and the outside of the tires. So
there is something there.
Yeah. So we're gonna head to the final lap of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Lap 29 of 29.
I think Slayer's happy at the minute. It doesn't seem to be going for the move at all. I'm not judge face. Yes. Dave and Jasper side by side. Dave with a very defensive line into turn 1, and Jasper still manages to squeeze his way through. Now both side by side going into the corner, which is probably the safest place to go side by side into if you're at NA. And Jasper does it all the way around the outside. Quality move there from Jasper to push himself back into P18.
Yeah, look at the front pass. He just can't find the traction out of the corners.
Yeah. He's sure shifting like mad by the look.
Just send it, bud. Come on. But we see another Red Bull in 2 divisions make a move into the final corner. Go ahead.
Russell to the hot one. Just not close enough, is he? I
Yeah.
mean, it could be a lunge and a half, but as the don't know what's
Okay.
happened with the Ferraris. As
Moving.
McDutchface crosses the line to win on track, but Slayer takes another victory in D5. Cements in his place again. As Connor's got a 20-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags.
Oh,
How on earth has he got that one?
that's interesting.
I have no idea. I didn't know that was a penalty.
I didn't either. I mean, I've seen 10 seconds for corner cutting and like big
But for ignoring...
collisions.
What's it actually has he done under yellow flags that's caused him to gain 20 seconds apparently?
Yeah. Wait. Am I missing him? Yeah, there's the Ibo Donuts.
As ST5 and Emperor are going battling into the last few corners, if you want a repeat of the D4 move, you might get it here. No, you just drive into the back of him instead.
We moved him! That could have been something. Oh man. Oh, some NASCAR stuff right there, a little bump and run.
As MCR gets driver of the day, I think to an extent I have to agree. He drove brilliantly from the back of the field, even though I suppose Passe did do the same thing.
Yeah, I
And
think you could
somehow
argue.
take those tyres. 20 odd laps, I don't know how he's done that.
That's definitely something there to take a medium's 20 laps around this track. I mean, we always call Mark Mr. Bahrain, but I don't know if he can even do that. But Slayer will win the Bahrain Grand Prix from Passe and McDutchface. There is your podium. 2 Dutch and a French. Easier said than done.
No British.
No Brits. MCR will be in P4, Cloudy Cloud in P5, Jasper P6, LFC P7, Dave P8, Slump P9. The Mercedes is... There's no name on my screen.
The Mercedes is Swip
The Swip
in P10.
P10. Ryan P11, Flip in P12. So there's your points. Finishers. Then Ben Scott, Emperor, SC5, Riley, Ibo, Mike, and Sam from P13 to P19 respectively. And MCR gets in-game driver of the day 17th to 4th. Yeah, that's
It's probably one of the nicest tracks to do, last to first. But yeah, great driving from, well, the people that started at the front, the people started at the back, and the people started at the middle, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had two really good, well, I was about to say two really good recovery drives with Mike and Passe, but Mike never really recovered from that, so just a really good recovery drive from Passe, spinning on lap 1, and then obviously his teammate MCR starting 17th and finishing in P4, so really good results there from the Red Bulls. That should... Are they in the lead of the constructors?
Who are, sorry? Renault.
No, Red Bull.
They could be.
Yeah.
I think it's them v Renault, if I'm...
Yeah, it's Red Bull, Renault, Williams,
sure.
Haas, so... Yeah, really good stuff there from the Red Bull team, and especially since neither of the Renaults finished pretty high in the points, that is going to bump them up and extend their lead in the team standing. So, with that, we have 4 races to go. We're going to go racing next week in the Netherlands, and then we're going to head to Monza, then Belgium, and then everybody's favorite finale track, Brazil.
Yeah, no,
uh,
yeah. Joy,
it's not my
joys of
favorite.
being able to customise a season.
Yeah.
I think next week it'll be interesting to see which Dutch driver wants to win most.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. We've always had, I think every race has probably had a Dutch driver on the podium, so it's gonna be extra special for them to get it done in their home Grand Prix. So let's hope there's no home Grand Prix jinx on the Dutch
Yeah,
drivers here in Division 5. Um, what's next for LOE in terms of the schedule? F2 is on Monday, and then I think just PC F1 on Friday,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then
I
we'll be
think
back
that's it,
here.
isn't it? At the
Yeah,
minute.
then we'll be back here on Saturday. The ACC PS4 and PC signups are open if you want to get into that. Um, Schedule was announced. You will need two of the DLCs. I think the British GT Pack and the Intercontinental GT Pack, I believe. I could be wrong, but it will be on the Google Forms sign-up sheet if you want to get into that. Um, and as always, if you're interested in racing in Formula One or even Formula Two or even the Dirt Rally, FIFA, the Sandals FC Club, I
Yeah,
heard that's the greatest thing in the world on Twitter. Um,
yeah. Well, playing in that has its ups and downs. You have a no blame culture, so
yeah, we got it
yeah,
all here at LOE, so
yeah. Any game it will probably have someone that wants to play it with you. So
yep,
I think that's it then, isn't it?
yep. So that'll be it. Tin Can, any final words for our
I
lovely viewers?
think next week just come back and watch it again. As I love commentating on D5 every week. It provides so much chaos. And obviously having Maverick here to commentate with me is a pleasure,
It is always a
as
pleasure
always.
with you as well. So with that, Slayer, Passe, and McDutchface are your podium finishers here in Bahrain. We will see you guys next week for the Dutch Grand Prix or Zandvoort Grand Prix. I can't really remember what it's called, but
Yeah,
we'll be racing around
both.
Zandvoort. It's a very fun track, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. See you all next week.
Yep. Have a great weekend, everyone, and as always, take care and be safe.